YouTube, it's your girl Cherry Coco here, bored on a Tuesday night, not really much going on, so I decided to have me a beer in my wine glass and do a little chit chat video. I know it seems bougie to be drinking beer out of a wine glass. Probably a lot of people do that, but no matter what I'm drinking, whether it's wine, a mixed drink, beer, I always like to do it in a wine glass. I don't know if it makes me feel a little bit more sophisticated than what I really am. I don't know, but it makes me feel better about actually drinking beer or drinking whatever for that matter. So that's what I'm doing tonight, and didn't really have any particular plans. Monday through Friday usually kind of slows down for me, so I'm just in the house, not doing nothing much. So I decided to come on and do a quick video. And because I am drinking some beer, I think I'm going to decide to talk about the time when me and my husband, we had been together long. It hadn't been 2 years, and I was 19, and I decided for some odd reason to get really smashed drunk. Not in the habit of doing that anymore, but woo, did I learn my lesson that night. So getting into a story time about drinking, let me take a few sips of my beer. I should probably put some type of parental advisory here. Not that I'm condoning underage drinking in any way, shape, or form. It's just something that happened to me that at the time was absolutely horrible, but now I can actually laugh about and just be thankful that I didn't get horribly, terribly sick. So, my birthday is April 9th. My brother's is 3 weeks after mine. We are Irish twins because we're just 11 months apart. And one of my best friends growing up that I've known since the 7th grade, her birthday is also on the exact same day as my brother's, and my mother and my brother's birthday is on the same day. It's a very popular day. I know a lot of people born on this particular day. I even just recently worked with the woman. She quit, but her birthday was actually on that day too, and her name is the same name as my mom, who was weird. She's the same name as my mom, born on the exact same day. I didn't dare ask her how old she was. She was older than me, but I didn't ask her how old she was. But anyway, so the month of April is a busy month for our family. This particular year, I was turning 19, my brother was turning 20, and my best friend was turning 20. Now, I still lived at home. I hadn't moved out yet. I had my oldest son at the time. He was about 4 months old. I hadn't moved out yet, but my best friend and our other best friend, who used to be our neighbor for 11 years, more than 11 years, we lived across the street from each other. Those two got together. They later got married and divorced, but this was before they got married. I hope you guys can follow me. But anyway, our two best friends, my brother's very best friend, because we had lived across the street from each other for 11 years. He was also like a best friend to me too. And my best friend were dating. And they decided to move into a small one-bedroom apartment. And, you know, she decided to throw a birthday party for everybody for the month of April. Not everybody for the month of April, but it was just us three that hung out together like that. And our 3 birthdays were in the month of April. Her and my brother shared the same birthday, and they were the exact same age. It was weird. I think they were born like minutes apart too. It was weird. But anyway, so she decides to throw a party, and I'm like, oh yeah, party, you know. Not a party, you know, we gotta sneak where your parents, you know, go out of town or anything like that. This is her own spot. She can do what she wants, blah, 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 you know. And she's trying to plan this party. And she's asking me and my brother, you know, oh, what kind of food should we get, and yada, yada, yada. Us, being badass kids, was like, food? We don't want no food. Make sure you get the drink, blah, 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 yada, 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 whatever. She's like, That's stupid. We need to actually eat at a party too. My brother was like, no, we're gonna be kicking it all night. Nobody gonna be worried about food. They can eat. You know, what was down the street at the time? At Mr. Heroes or somewhere. Yeah, Mr. Heroes was down the street at the time, around the corner. But anyway, so she's getting ready for this party. She's buying alcohol. I don't know how easy it is for kids underage kids to buy alcohol now, which I hope it is extremely hard. But it wasn't very hard back then. I mean, she was turning 20, so she did have some friends that were over the age of 21, just like a year or two older than her, and just like a couple years older than me that we associated with. So I don't know how she was able to amass these large amounts of alcohol, but she did it. She cleaned up her apartment really nice. She decorated. I mean, she did a really good job. She had everything laid out nice. Everything was nice and clean. She made sure the music was going and everything. And the party began. This was a crazy party. So I get to the party, me and my husband. This was before we were married, obviously, because we were really young. So he was 23. I was 19. No, he's like 4 years older than me. But anyway, so he was well old enough to be drinking anyway, but he didn't supply any of the alcohol or anything like that. So we get to the party. Everything is fine and cool. Many moons ago at this point, I was a wee itty bitty thing. I was very tiny. I was like, I think I've grown a couple inches since then, but I was like 5'3". I'm like 5'4" now with my hair and stuff like that. But so I was like 5'3". I was like 100 pounds. No, this was after my son was born. So I was probably like 105 pounds, 105, 110 pounds. I gained a little bit of weight, but I was still super skinny. So I'm at the party, you know, one of her boyfriend's cousins, who I also grew up with right around the corner from us, was offering me a drink. Happy birthday, Cherry, turn up. Well, we didn't use the word turn up then. This was about, damn, this was 20 years ago. I am getting old. Woo. Well, this is over 20 years ago. So anyway, so he's offering me a drink. My brother, always been off the hook, was just handing me different drinks. Oh yeah, we about to turn up. It's your birthday. Blah, 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 blah. My other friend, her boyfriend, my friend, the girl who threw the party, he was offering me drinks, and I'm just sitting there, just drinking, having fun, listening to music, dancing, you know. Even though it's her party, you know, she's a natural hostess, so she was making everybody feel warm and welcome, but she was also going frantic at the same time because instead of our little group just showing up, everybody out the woodwork showed up. There were people there who I have never seen before and that I had never seen after that, and I would probably never see again in my life. I think people from downstairs showed up. It was just too many people for her one-bedroom apartment. At one point, somebody had wrote in pencil, thank God, I think it was pencil, all over her walls. Our other friend and his girlfriend, she caught them having sex in her bedroom. This isn't funny, but one of her good friends got so sloppy drunk, she was just grabbing guys on the staircase of the building, not in her apartment because it was all on one floor, but she was just grabbing guys in the staircase, and she was performing oral sex in the open. My oldest brother, because it's 4 of us, my younger sister, she was too young, she didn't go, but I have an older brother that is like 7 years older than me, and he caught her doing this, and he ran upstairs and I called my friend Kimmy. He went upstairs and was like, Kimmy, yo, your friend is down here, just give her oral sex to just like random guys. And she did it like more than once. I want to say about 3 times. Just pissy drunk. She didn't remember any of that. So while all this is going on, I had consumed a lot of alcohol from all the different people, you know, just handing me drinks, because even though it wasn't my party, but it was also my birthday too. I got so drunk. I was in the parking lot for some reason. I tried to fight my husband, like fist fight him. He's like, yo, calm down. What is you doing? So I'm fighting him. I'm yelling at him. My younger cousin came, which I didn't want her to come because I was turning 19. She was like 17 at the time. But somehow she got there. And I was like, no, you're not supposed to be here. You got to leave, whatever, whatever. I'm cussing her out. Love her to death, but it was the alcohol. So I'm cussing her out, making her leave. But she walks in on me trying to like really beat the hell out of my husband. I wasn't just slapping him around or something. I was just like with my fist up like boxing. Liquor. Too young to be drinking liquor. So anyway, so he's trying to control me and calm me down. He throws me in the backseat of his car. Now, at the time, I mean, he has a nice car now, but at the time, for someone that's, you know, for younger people, he had a really nice, was it a Grand Am with these really nice rims? You know, always kept it detailed in the inside and everything. I threw up all on him. I threw up all in the backseat of his car. I threw up getting out the car. He was terrified to take me home because I still live with my mom, and our baby was with my mom. She was babysitting. She thinking that we're just having a nice little get together. You know, the six of, you know, I think it was like supposed to be like 7 or 8 of us. I don't know. She thinking we having a nice little get together. You know, I'm a brand new mom, totally irresponsible, just drunk off my butt. So he didn't want to take me home. So he took me to his house, went inside, tried to grab me some clothes and stuff. Meanwhile, my 2 brothers were still at the party, noticed that I was missing. One of the cousins, you know, noticed, you know, oh yeah, she was drunk in the parking lot, fighting or whatever. They get mad and pissed off, goes running off looking for me because they don't know what's going on. They don't know if it's a domestic violence situation going on or whatever. So they finally caught up with each other. They get into a big argument. My husband, well, my boyfriend at the time, my husband now, had to explain to them that no, Cherry got pissy ass drunk, threw up everywhere, didn't want to take her home, blah, 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 blah. Total and utter mess. The next day, I was so sick, I could not hold my head up. And my mother was pissed. She was mad at me. She was mad at my brother. She was mad at my husband. I think she was probably mad at everybody but my friend because she was always more the responsible one. And I felt so bad for her because I heard about how her apartment was left. They completely trashed her apartment, wrote all over her walls. I think, and I also threw up all in her bathroom. I'm just gonna say I was a little bit ghetto back then. I had this I had these them scrunched up finger waves in my hair, and I had sprayed it gold to make it look like blonde at the top. And then I just had the bottom, I had the back down like something like this, and the bottom tip spray gold. A hot ghetto mess at the age of 19. It's a little embarrassing, but I can say it now. That's how I was rocking back then. If y'all ever see pictures of like how girls wore their hair in the 90s during Freaknik and stuff like that, that was me. Just a hot ass mess. But anyway, so in her bathroom, I left all, because I was rolling around everywhere. I think I was fighting my husband. So all that fake spray in hair color was all over her shower curtain. It was on her walls. I threw up in her tub. I threw up in her sink. I threw up in her toilet. It was just a hot mess. I mean, I have never been so sick. I probably had alcohol poisoning and didn't even really know it. But yeah, it was a hot mess. That's when I turned 19. My mother was so mad. I remember the next day, she had my baby, and she would not let me hold him. She wouldn't let me hug him. She wouldn't let me kiss him. That was my punishment, that she kept my baby away from me all day. I guess I wasn't fit. To be honest with you, I wasn't fit. I was, you know, young and stupid. I wasn't fit, so she kept him away from me that whole day. It was so, I mean, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. But yeah, so after that horrible experience, it took me years to actually pick up another drink. When I actually turned 21, you know, me and my husband, I didn't party or do anything like that. My husband took me out. I think he took me to Chi-Chi's. This is how old I am, y'all. Chi-Chi's. I bet you half of y'all don't even know what Chi-Chi's is. But anyway, so he took me to Chi-Chi's on my actual 21st birthday. You know, we had a nice dinner or whatever. We didn't have any money then, so back then that was nice. He tried to do that mess now. It's not gonna fly. But anyway, so back then when we were younger, that was okay. He took me to Chi-Chi's and he tried to buy me like one little margarita or something. And they brought it out to the table. Just the smell of that alcohol being around it made me sick. And I was just like, ew, no, I couldn't do it. After that party, it took me years to actually pick up a drink and drink again. Ugh. Now, I wish I could say that that was the only time that drunken experience happened. You would thought I would have learned my lesson. I learned it for a couple years, but I do have some other tales about drinking, being young and in my 20s and stuff, but that particular one came to my mind. I don't know why I thought about that today, but I just wanted to share just a little piece of my younger self with you guys as I sat here and drank my beer. Well, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later.